Yeah.
And we give it
10-minute training.
10-minute training. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah, so what are you going to do with the rest of your day now?
We're just going to tell stories, hang out, have coffee.
All right.
I know it's valuable time, and we're just having fun. We like to goof with each other. I'm sure he's got some things in store for me today that'll surprise me.
No.
I just never know what he's going to talk about. Seriously.
Are you trying to say that I'm a loose cannon? Is that
Yep.
what you're saying?
I mean, we have a
Morning,
plan.
party people.
Things that you'll implement into your world, but yeah, I just never know where you're going to go. You know, I always think that Brendan Lucas is like the funniest person I've ever met. He is so funny and like a little on the almost like extreme side. But you go there, as conservative as you live. Go there.
Today.
Oh, I mean, it's all for a laugh, right? So I see it's recording, and Chris is the host. There's Chris.
Hey.
How you doing, bud?
Good morning, Chris.
My battery was totally dead on the computer, and then it wouldn't connect to Wi-Fi and all of this stuff, and I should have came earlier and had it all prepared, but I didn't prepare for that.
Good. It's cool. We got a chance to hang out with everybody. It's nice.
Hey guys, as you're jumping on, if you would, please mute your phones. Here, let me just mute everybody. People are rule breakers.
Rule breakers.
It is a weekly occurrence of a bunch of rule breakers.
You
At the end of the day, we're talking about home-based business owners, network marketing. We're talking about, you know, something where you don't necessarily fit that square peg in the round hole kind of deal, right? You don't fit inside that box, and that's why we're all on this call. So as I say, you're all rule breakers. That's a good thing. It's also a bad thing when you're not muted. So with that being said, this is going to be fun. You guys have some amazing training ahead of you, and I am going to turn it over to the Sterlings, and then I'm going to basically mute myself. And let me see. So at any rate, guys, this couple has been absolutely amazing. I've had the opportunity to not only work with them, but become friends with them and build relationships. And to me, you know, the most valuable thing we have here in this whole business, the product is amazing. We all love that, but it's really the relationships. It's the, you know, that's something that you can never, ever lose. It doesn't matter what a company does, doesn't matter what, you know, anything that happens in life. The most important thing, at least for me, is the relationships that we create. I've already been on the phone with, you know, many people already this morning, Ricky multiple times, and I have Marcy and Kenny over here, Marcy Kavanaugh, and we were able to do crawfish last night and really connect and bond. We're going to be with Tony Garcia today, and it's really those relationships and what we build with other people that, for me, has been such a game changer. So, again, with that being said, I really appreciate this couple, and I've really enjoyed getting to know them and their heart. They're absolutely amazing. So with that being said, over to the Sterlings.
Thank you, Chris. You have no idea. All the things that you just tapped on are actually in our notes. They're exactly the things that were on our heart this morning. We gave this up to God and just said, please give us the wisdom, and then wrote down what we know we have done here that has worked, that we can share with you. And our intention is, and our hope is, that all of you will use us as an example of the success that you can have from what we've done. So good morning. Happy Saturday training. Woohoo! Got your coffee?
Yeah,
Fired
I got
up?
my coffee, and you know, the thing is that, you know, we're nothing special. We have a dream. We have some whys in our life that are compelling, that, you know, make us look at this. And, you know, as Chris said, we're also tend to be kind of rule breakers a little bit, or at least I have been. And that's, I guess they said in kindergarten, I didn't play well with others. So, but we're grateful to be here, and we love our coffee family. That's all there is to it.
And I commend you for plugging in today, because you hear things like stay close to the fire. What does that actually mean? You have decided, either you're brand new or you've been in for a while, to build a business, a real business. And in any business, when you start, you have what? You have things to do, systems to follow. So you need to get those things in place, right? Since you own your own business, what's cool about it is you can open anytime you want. And that's great. We love that sort of freedom. But today, you're going to have a chance to not only hear a story that may resonate with you, may inspire you, but just know that you are in the right place. You are with the right company. So learn from other people's experience. Should we put it that way?
Sure.
Will you tell us your story from experience?
About how not to do stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking. Just exactly that.
Well, I've been doing this, I've been in this industry for 20, 25 years. I mean, it actually goes way back to some phone cards. But anyway, the thing I saw, you don't remember that one? No? Okay.
I wasn't born yet.
Okay. My young bride here.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so it's been a long time in this industry, various attempts at doing businesses, and it's been, eye-opening, because what I saw right away was a dream of financial freedom, a dream of a better way of doing things. I love the way Chris says this. A lot of people doing a little bit adds up to significance, and that's saying, you want to be significant. It's you don't want to be relevant. You want to be significant, and I forget the other word. But and the things I've loved about this industry is the relationships, the people who become family. The events. I love the events. I love the personal growth stuff, and reading books, listening to tapes. Well, yeah,
what?
that makes me a little bit old, right?
I'm getting younger.
I know
by the
somebody
minute.
though that talked about listening to their to listening to their educational stereo albums. So I don't quite go back that far.
That's like a new thing now. So, but you all these years you've seen it, right? You're home now, but what experience have you had?
So here's the thing. Yeah, it's been a lot of positive because of the relationships and of the growth and of the positive mindset. And I just go back to one of the most significant pieces of being in this industry is a mentor early on said, read the book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And, I'd made jokes about that book up to that time, and I still hear jokes about it. But the fact is that the thing that was so incredible that just absolutely flipped my world 180 degrees is don't try to be interesting, be interested in people.
Yeah.
And my life up until that point had been striving to be interesting. I come from a background of drugs and alcohol, and I've been sober for a lot of years, by the grace of God, absolutely. And but the thing is, they always say that your emotional development stops the day you start medicating your feelings. And so that was age 12. And so basically I sobered up as in a 26-year-old body with the emotional well-being of a 12-year-old. And sometimes I know you think that's still the case, but
I didn't say that. But that makes a lot of sense.
But I came from a place of always trying to be liked, to try to fit in, to try to be okay. And by trying to be interesting, all I did was talk about myself and my mind. I know, I'm feeling the same way. So anyway, but the thing is that I read that book, and it's like I started becoming interested in people and asking people questions and what they're about. And I remember one time I was talking to a new friend, and I just started asking questions about where they're from, what they did, what are they interested. I mean, just all kinds of questions, and they just opened up and just started talking. And it was great. And after the conversation, they said, I feel like I've known you all my life.
Oh my gosh.
And I didn't really say anything about that.
That's fantastic.
So it was absolutely life-changing to be in a place where people are all about lifting people up and finding out about other people.
Wow, that's interesting.
And learning their stories. And that's, we talk about that here, is that it's about our stories and our struggles and how we got through them. Not they always talk about the Facebook, family, everything's perfect because in that moment, but the fact is that we all have those struggles. And so when we look at those perfect Facebook pictures, you know, we really need to say, you know, there's something behind there, and, you know, they're people just like us, and they have struggles just like us. And, you know, so don't, it's not a lie, but look past the facade.
Well, you're so good about being transparent. Pardon me for a minute.
Yep.
Nicole, if you could mute, that would be great. Same with Michelle. Thank you guys. But you've always been very transparent, and I find that hard. And we know that transparency is even more successful because people want to get to know you. They want to get to know the real you. So I commend you for that, and you do inspire me to be transparent.
Well, it's
not easy though.
But those are the people that I'm closest to, are the ones that are the most transparent, because I know them. And there's a level of honesty. You go, okay, wow, I can trust that person. And so the thing about this industry is all those positive things that I saw and that I wanted didn't happen the way I wanted to. And the thing is that I was in some companies that were, you know, very complicated systems. It was all about recruiting. It was, you know, recruit. And what happened was, well, they always said, you know, open yourself up, be humble, ask your mentors what you should do. And they always, you know, had ways of saying, you know, bottom line is you need to do more, be more, go to more events, more training, more books, da 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 da. And where personal development has been very important to me, it was like, you know, it was almost like the reason you're not successful is because of who you are. And the last one, and then I'm going to leave my past behind, so to speak, is that, you know, a mentor of mine who, you know, told me how humble he was, which is a kind of red flag right there. You know, I said, what do I need to do? And he goes, you're too nice.
Oh, I remember that.
This is all about relationships and loving on people, and I'm too nice? Come on, what is... And so I realized I could, you know, no longer sit in front of somebody and say, you know, you invest a couple of grand and we'll help you get that back in a couple of months. It wasn't happening. I didn't believe it. I didn't see it. Thank goodness we met some amazing people, Enrique and Nancy and Melissa and Brendan. And
we met them along the way, didn't
we? Met them along the way. And those, you know, those 4 people, to me, and this is in a previous company, they walk the walk. They did the deal. They weren't up there telling us how great they were. They were just basically their nose down, kicking it, working hard. And so I'm going to kind of let you jump in here in a second with your story.
Oh my gosh,
I do want to say that
this is your credibility. You're in the industry 20 years. We want to hear why we're in the right place now. What makes this so good? It doesn't have any of that bad stuff you were talking about.
So, but anyway, so Melissa and Enrique and Nancy and Brendan, they jump into this coffee thing, and it was like, it got my attention because these are people that did the work. They did the deal. They were not up on stage going, we're so freaking great. They're in the trenches doing the deal, and it was obvious. Sure. So, but anyway, I kind of got a little bit ahead, but you know, I talked about my own past, and you know, Carmela's going to talk a little bit about her story in this, and you know, I mean, I talked about my past, but you know, Carmela really did have a drug problem. And
what?
Yeah. She had to be drugged to the convention. She had to be drugged to the meeting. She had to be drugged to read books. She had to be, you know, because I saw it, but she didn't have that.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
Everybody unmute.
You know.
Oh my gosh, you scared me. Why did I have to be drugged to other network marketing companies? Because I didn't see it. I didn't believe it. I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to have to become something else. My first experience, I was 18 years old. I've actually never shared this story. I never wanted to share this story, but I will. And I'm glad you got everybody laughing at my expense. That's okay. That's all right. So I was 18, a next door neighbor, I was living in Florida with my mom and dad, and the next door neighbor said, this is something you would be great at, and set me up. And I did one door-to-door call to my next door neighbor, an older woman, the older couple, and I thought, well, she'll let me in. And she did let me in, and I told her what I had, and I showed her how safe the product was by drinking it She very calmly and forcefully at the same time escorted me out of her house, and I took that box and put it in the garage, and that was the last time. That was my only experience, right? That was it. I got one no, and I closed shop, but I didn't understand it, and it's not where I felt like I fit in. So I didn't actually enter network marketing again, and I like saying affiliate marketing, until I met you.
I drug you in.
And you drugged me once again, and I supported his vision. I knew they saw it, but I had a career in television shopping, and that's where I breathed the best, and I lived there and believed in it and helped grow that industry because I love a good startup. And it really wasn't until this company, and I'm going to tell you why I'm here at this company and feel really bold about saying I am in this company, because this is the only place where I felt completely welcomed and have eye-opening moments, including this morning. I have always wanted to teach and train what I've learned, and I've done that in my other business, but here it is welcomed. I feel valued. I feel loved. I feel appreciated. And when Melissa called, she made me feel wanted to be a part of building this business with her. When Nancy said, come and join us and build with us, it was our decision, but I felt like I was needed and valued. And that to me it's now everything. And I never understood community. My community before was go to work hard, never afraid of hard work, and come home and my circle is very small, right? But that's okay. That was it. Here, it's a very big picture, and it is because of our sponsors that we're here. And I want to tell you about how wonderful they are, because they held our hand, and we recommend this. And here's your first tip. For the first 4 to 6 weeks, you bring in an entrepreneur, for first 4 to 6 weeks, you want to stay with them and guide them, because things happen along the way that they need to learn. When we came in, we said, blank canvas, teach us what we need to learn. And when Melissa said step 1, or Nancy and Enrique said step 2, and together we had that mentorship. Can you imagine? Yes, because you have it too. Every step we said yes, and we took it. We didn't question it. We just took it because we saw they were having success. And that is incredibly valuable. Your sponsor is just so everything. And the very first thing you should teach your entrepreneur is the sponsorship, right?
Yeah, the family tree.
The family, that is like a family tree, yes. So teach sponsorship.
And part of that is, you know, as you come in as an entrepreneur or you bring somebody in, it's the welcome call. I mean, that's the welcome call, or even the prospect call, where they get a chance to see the bigger picture. Yeah, I had an experience where, you know, I brought somebody in who, you know, just on my winning personality and good looks, you know, they came in and, you know, I forgot all about the welcome calls and all that. And,
we first started, yes, yeah, right.
And it's just that doesn't work, because there's no big picture, and pretty soon they get tired of my blah, blah, blah.
Well, I'll tell you a little secret too. If you learn this one piece today of edifying your sponsor and their success and sharing that with the new people that you're bringing in, that shows the people you're bringing in that they have someone that they can follow that has great success. That's a really, really, really good tool, right? Know now, and I can say this to you very clearly, that I know that if Melissa wants to put something in our team chat thread, because a lot of you have threads, if you're new and you don't, all right, I'll explain in a second. If you have communication from your sponsor to any of your people, you're going to feel gratitude and trust. And if you can feel that and let that just seep through your body, that you trust anything that they would say or do for you with your teammates, my gosh, I'm like free reign. Anybody that wants your help, if you're willing to help them, Nancy or Melissa and Enrique, please do, please do, please do. And I'm so grateful because I trust them. Why? Because they're working the same system. And we are going to go over the steps of the system and why you're applying them. Not just, here, do this and that, why you're applying them in just about a minute. But we want to make sure you understand that our foundation is not only in the industry and a lot of experience, but we also have a very big why. And that's something that we all need to have. Why are we doing this? You just broke business. You opened your own business today, or you've been in it for a while. We want to remember that. And all of that pulled together allows you to say, I trust my sponsor. They sponsored me. They know the keys to success. I'm watching them. If your sponsor isn't, go up. Keep going up. Like for us, it's Melissa and Brendan, Nancy and Enrique, Ricky and Chris, and Mark and Judy. Mm-hmm. So just keep going up. So
I got to ask you a question.
Oh, sure.
Okay. So, you know, we joked about me, you know, dragging you here and there and all that stuff.
I rattled right through that whole thing, didn't I?
I guess in one way I was your drug problem. But anyway, so how did you end? Because we got together and we had an amazing life, and we still do, by the way.
Yes, we do.
But very quickly, early on, we had a child who we found out he had Down syndrome, and that was that kind of rocked our world, to say the least.
Yep.
You want to talk about that?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
Now, where are we in this already?
Well, yeah, just like 4 minutes. How did we end up here?
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I have all this prepared, and you're sending me down some new path. I have 2 daughters. Peter has other children. We blended together in 2000. In 2001, we gave birth to PJ, rocked my world for sure. I had lots of people tell me not to have him. It was just not going to be too much to handle, just shake up your world, da 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 da. Very, very strange. But yeah, I was not in my faith like I am now. PJ really helped bring me to my faith, and we have him and had him and have him now, and he's 18 and he's remarkable. I see so much through him. He's taught me pure love. He looks at people with eyes that are non-judgmental. He doesn't see weight or color or anything else. He just sees love, and this place has allowed me to apply that, to just see love. We've had a great life together. We had the $1 million mansion on the lake, all the toys. The kids had a wonderful upbringing. Our daughters still thank us today for that upbringing. And in 2007, when the financial crisis hit, we literally lost everything. If I were to go through it blow by blow, it would blow your mind. It still blows mine to think about it. What I find interesting in that is, at that time, an extra $500 to $1,000 a month would have saved our bacon. We were running at that time desperately in another company and didn't make ends meet because it wasn't doable. Here, it's doable. We have paid off more debt here in the past year. That is just, debt accrued from my career came to a halt, the financial devastation it took us almost a decade to get out of. It was literally everything, and we decided to pay back. So it's taken us a long time to do that. So I've learned from this industry a lot of things, but here I'm finding that I can apply what I've learned from our terrible experiences, our horrific experiences, and having a person with special needs under your care 24/7. It's earth-shaking. Yeah, it truly is. You have to learn patience. He communicates on a different level. He's nonverbal. So you have to work very hard. I have to work very hard to understand him. This coffee has given me patience and sort of an elevated brain power. It's like a superpower. I have superpower because of the coffee.
Not the truth.
You're making me nervous. Did I answer your question? That just really made me a little nervous, which is something I don't often feel, but.
Well, I'm sorry in that, I think it's important to be known, and you have such an amazing story, from the other industry, and that, we took a big fall, and, what it did is it brought us, together. We've had ample opportunity in the last 20 years to, say, forget this is too much, and instead we get closer and closer.
We really do.
One of the things about this industry is, I came to faith at an event, a network marketing event.
That's right. Oh my gosh, we both do. We came to our faith in a network marketing event.
Yeah, and it's like, okay.
That is funny and wonderful.
Yeah,
it's true.
So there's power in this positivity and stuff. So I'm sorry I got off track a little bit.
Don't apologize.
But you know what? All right, so here we are
teaching me to be transparent, which we all need to be. I hope this is inspiring you, because that was really hard to do, and I'm actually sweating a little bit. But it's okay. It's true. Melissa said this to me one time on a call. The truth is enough. It was on a welcome call with someone else. How do I tell my story? She said the truth is enough. And I decided this morning to honor you. Where is she? There she is. And just tell the truth of going back in time. Why do all these stories matter? Because your story sells. Your story sells coffee. Your story helps someone buy coffee. Your story helps someone live a new life. Your story helps people drink the coffee that changes their life. We have people here that we're very close to. It has literally changed their life and saved their life. Or on the smaller scale, it's giving them a little more energy to get everything done, which we have to do later. And since you're such a wonderful husband, I'm sure you'll help me. Laundry, clean the kitchen, get ready for Super Bowl. How does all this come into play to teaching and training? I like to say teaching, just teaching. Can I go here? Or do you have any other little nuggets for us before we go to application?
No, I think that brings us to now, and we had this amazing opportunity a year ago, and we were not at the top of our game a year ago. We were trying to make some moves. We had great hope that something would happen from this industry, or you had a couple things going. I'm expanding my karate business, and but we came here and everything shifted. We were with family.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just about sharing a cup of coffee, and that's it.
And we love coffee. We heard
coffee.
It was coffee. We're like, yeah, we're in. And it was literally, and if you felt this, I want to know in the chat, did you feel like you were completely compelled to share this? You absolutely have to share this. Like you didn't even think you were going to build a business, and you completely have to share this. We had that divine appointment. It was, for me, I wanted to live in television shopping. That's what I knew. I knew everything about it, right? On camera and off. And that it was being taken away from me. And I had 3 big opportunities in front of me. And at the very end, they literally were cut. Boom. Not happening, not happening, not happening. One after another after another. And I remember at 4 a.m. one morning, what am I doing up at 4 a.m.? This was before coffee, sitting outside on that little balcony, praying, saying, okay, if it's not in TV, make it clear to me that it's not in TV. And I think you just did, but just to be sure, do tell me it's not in where I want to be. Where is it? Where is it, God? Because for me, I have to work. My mind needs to work. I want to put the skill sets to work. Peter's the same way. I know we're crazy. We don't believe in retirement, and I'm way too young for that anyway. But
me too.
After that prayer, this is crazy news, right? That's when we get the call from Melissa. It was just a few short weeks after that. And she said coffee. And as soon as she spoke, I'm like, yes, we have to do this. We have to do this. That's not the response you would imagine from me, from someone you've had to drug around all these years.
I would have just
right?
said, okay, I'm done. That's it. We couldn't make it at the old place. We're not going to make it here. But
we made it fast here.
Yeah.
And you can too. And how we made it so quickly here is multiple things. 1, drink coffee, be happy, don't be weird. That's now 1 for us. Chris is his inspiration, right? All of his steps are now 1 for us. I love that man. He is just a great guy. He's just a great guy with a lot of success, and he's brilliant. And all that mindset stuff, I soaked that up. Thank you, Chris Swader, for being exactly who you are. That very first step, I'm going to explain it to you. So get ready to write this down, right? Application. The very first question you're asking someone in person or on social media is, do you drink coffee? But why are you asking that question? The reason you're asking that is it takes you to the next part of the conversation. Do you drink coffee? Most people love coffee and they love to talk about it, right? Everybody we asked in the last 24 hours, do you drink coffee? They're like, oh my gosh, yes. I love coffee. Of course I do, right? That's the answer. The next question you're going to ask is, have you heard of the happy coffee everyone is talking about? Because you want to understand, why are you asking that question? That's going to be your conversation. It's about happy coffee. And if they know nothing about it, how fun that you're the very first person to tell them about happy coffee. And what are you going to say when they say, no, what is that? Happy coffee? I always love in person. Happy coffee?
And it's always, no, what is it? I mean, like,
so
what is it? It's
how
not,
are they happy?
Oh, I don't want to hear about it. Right? It's like,
so the application to that is, it's a nootropics-infused delicious coffee that elevates the body's happy hormones naturally. You're giving them a 1 line. It elevates, it's nootropics-infused delicious coffee that elevates the body's happy hormones naturally.
Say that quick 3 times.
What's that?
No, I'm just
nootropics? Oh. Nootropics delicious coffee. Anyway, so now you're giving that 1 line, and then share your story. And it's done this, this, and this for me in brief. All of a sudden now you have their interest because, wow, nootropics, delicious coffee, happy hormones naturally. There's a lot in there, right? So that 1 line gets you to your story. So you tell them your story. For me personally, I've lost 20 pounds. I have an extreme amount of stamina. It's unbelievable. And I feel a level of very clear thinking and creativity. I love that feeling. So the next thing you're going to say to them after you tell them their story, they may respond with, wow, that's incredible, or tell me more, but you're always going to say this part: I will now invite you to our private customer page. Once you accept, I can tag you in some information so you know what's in the coffee. Can't wait for you to see what our happy customers are sharing. The reason that you're putting them at a customer page is so all the information doesn't have to come from you. Can you imagine if you had 3 customers and they all had different questions and they all had different issues and they were all communicating with you at the same time? You'd be jumping through hoops all day, right?
And then you have the credibility thing. You know, I'm the karate teacher. I mean, what do I know about the science of why the brain functions and all that? So that's where I can say, put you in the page. Or, you know, there are people that are not on social media or choose to not
True.
be on social media. So we have the amazing video, you know, the landing page. And that's, again, it'll
A dose of happy.
dose of happy, and they will, you know, they see what it does for them. And there's also testimonies in that.
So now you're there in your conversation, and this can be in person, in text, or on social media. This same steps are used in all 3 arenas. You're now asking them, because you've just put them in our community page, right? Aren't the testimonials amazing? I mean, if you're speaking, it's exciting. If you're texting, it's got a lot of emojis. Aren't the testimonials amazing? If they respond or not, you're still asking. And why are you asking them this? You need to find out what their concern is. Aren't the testimonials amazing? Yes, they are. What resonates with you the most? Why are you asking them that? This, by the way, all these why questions being answered gets you out of that mode of, oh no, they're going to think I'm selling. So now you're in the clear, right? Why are you asking them what resonates with you the most? So that you can now tag them on posts that directly relate to their concern. For me, it was weight loss. You would tag me in some weight loss. Patience, right? For all the other issues, they have something going on, or medications. We always say, check with your doctor, and here's a screenshot of the ingredients, or tag them in the post. Now they have the influence of thousands of people answering their questions. They see the light. Most of our customers have come from the community pages, the customer pages, and almost all, like 99% of our affiliates, were customers first. So now you're seeing how the steps, or lovingly called the script, it's not a script, they're just steps, right? Checklist, is helping you. So now you find that what resonates with me is weight loss, and you've tagged me. You're going to come back and say, is this something you're ready to get started on? Or can I help you place an order so you can have an experience? I'm excited for you. And you are excited for them. Please remember this. The only way they're going to have an experience is if they try the product. Sampling is great. That's just for a couple of days, but a 30-day experience is awesome. So that's your job. It's my job to make sure, especially yours, to make sure that they get coffee in their hands. And how are you going to do that? Send them your link. You send them your link. Some people like to send their link early on in the conversation. Some people send it later. If we're saying something that is different than what you're being taught by your sponsor, go back to your sponsor and clear it. Okay? We're following this system. This is what we were taught by Ricky Durant. By the way, I love that man, and you do too. And I love that he is a big heart, right? Very, very, very generous. He knows where he's going, and he wants you to come along with. And so do I. Someone with that kind of success, that's exactly where I want to be. Why wouldn't I listen to everything that he's doing? Which is what Chris does, which is what Melissa and Enrique and Nancy do. So that's what we're doing. We want you to do it too, so you have success. It's all just a matter of time. All just a matter of time. So now that you're at that part, you have customers coming in. We love customer care, taking care of them by saying, you know, checking up on them, following up. Did your coffee arrive? How are you doing on it? Maybe making some tweaks. Maybe we have a new product. Maybe you want to email them. There's customer care, right? You love your customers. From that are going to come Elevapreneurs. And when they come in, be sure it's really something they want to do, because it's okay if someone thinks they want to do the business and you tell them it's all right to just be a customer. Hey, just be a customer, right? You agree with that one?
Yeah, and I think that was one of the most significant things that I learned right away, and it hung together, is when Melissa first talked to us about this, it's customer focused, 10-to-1 customer ratio, unheard of in the industry, and my experience was the same. You know, it's all about recruiting as opposed to customers. But here's what's interesting is that, you know, it was recommended, get 20 customers as quickly as you can. And so how do you do that? Well, we ask a bunch of people if they drink coffee, and then you share your story and you customer page and the video and sampling. And we built our business on sampling. You know, we want people to try it. And what's just been amazing is that people have had such profound results with the coffee sticks that I've handed or mailed them. It's mind-boggling. I remember, you know, in the old days talking about these products, and we knew somebody who knew somebody who once had a friend who had an experience. And it's so, all we have to do is share this product with everybody we see or meet, and we will have success. So get 20 customers. We got our 20 customers. Guess what? We had money coming in the door.
Isn't that amazing?
And it's, you know, we made our initial investment with the large pack. They said, you don't want to run out. And we said, okay. And so we did that. And you know, we had that back in a month. And that's what's so powerful about this, is it's not something that's way out there, but it's something you can do very quickly. And again, listen to, you know, your sponsor and how to, you know, ask people if they drink coffee. That's not a tough one.
Easy, right?
Yeah. Have you heard of the habit coffee everybody's talking about? I mean, and you just do that with everybody you see, and eventually you have customers, and eventually you'll have somebody who says, hey, it looks like there's a business attached here.
What is that?
I've had an amazing experience with this coffee. I would like to make some money with it.
That's right.
And that's that.
That happens.
Yeah.
And if you're hearing that, you're like, well, that's not going to happen. Yes, it will. I promise you it will. I said the same thing. How's that going to happen? That's going to happen to somebody else. I mean, that'll happen for Nancy because it's Nancy. And Enrique, it'll happen for Melissa, but it did. And it happened. So trust what you're hearing from your sponsor and just go. Stop questioning it, right? That's advice, because I understand the whole questioning thing. I know we have some questions, but I want to say to you, when you have a new Elevapreneur, get them on a call, or for sure, a welcome call. Teach that line of sponsorship. Remember, everything duplicates. Everything you do. I don't know how this happens, but even if I don't tell the team what we're doing, they seem to know. They have telepathy or some sort of strange. It's strange, right? Like, we're bringing in customers, they're bringing in customers. We're bringing in, I don't know how that works, but everything we do duplicates. So.
And we ran out of at the end of last summer, we ran out of products, so we stopped sampling. Guess what?
Everybody else did too. I'm like, what? It's just because we ran out. I don't know how that works. So applying these steps is really nice to know how and why you're applying them. It gets you off the hook from that salesy piece, and not only helping, like, there's a lot of stuff in this industry that you hear that I haven't applied until literally recently. I mean, you're a part of my transformation today. I've never told all these stories today and on this platform to share with you that you can do this too, because if I can do this, literally anybody in the world can do this. Anybody can do this. So if you're not having success, what are you missing from those steps? Stay with your new affiliate sponsors, leaders that are on the call for 4 to 6 weeks. I needed that. We needed that. Everybody needs that 4 to 6 weeks. What do you learn in there? How to make a curiosity post. And what is that? That is how you're posting your cup of coffee with how excited you are and your story without the product being shown, without pictures and links. Ask your sponsor, what's a curiosity post? How else, or what else will you learn in that 4 to 6 weeks besides that? When we bring someone in, we stay with them, not only for their first post, but through that whole engagement, how they're responding. Because what's happening is, it is a mindset. We're teaching how to respond to the person who says, what is it? You respond on the post. I'll message you. You go into Messenger. Why am I going to Messenger? I'll just tell them and send them my link right there on Facebook. No, you need to give them privacy. So go into Messenger so you have privacy with them, so she can tell you something very personal. 99% of the time, we have someone who will say something very personal, like, I've suffered from anxiety. Will this coffee help me? You know what? Here are the ingredients. Run it by your doctor, and let me tag you on some posts. I'm putting you in the customer page right now. You're still using the steps, right? Still, do you drink coffee, happy coffee, into the community page, following up, You're using all that. It may come out a little bit differently because she may ask you something off the cuff, right? Like that. But you're following the steps. And we stay with that affiliate as she makes that post, as he makes that post, into Messenger. Like, what are the conversations? How do you respond? Because the goal that you should have in your heart is, I want to help as many people as possible. When you have a system, you can do that. You can help a lot of people at one time because it's easy to do. Go back to the steps and use it as a checklist. Does that make sense? Is this making sense to everyone? Yes?
And I want to jump in because there are those people, they're rare and rare that are not on social media. And so, you know, the fact is that if somebody say, or maybe they're not involved, you know, we've had a person who has 20 friends on social media. Well, you know, they can build a social media presence. I mean, anybody can do that, but that's a longer term, longer term prospect. But what we want to do is meet people where they are. And guess what?
Yeah.
They have a, you know, person that's not on social media or not active, and they're the president of their kids' PTA at their school. I mean, they have a circle of influence. So all we do is take the training and go, okay, well, you're belly to belly, you're face to face. Hey, do you drink coffee? And so you do everything, you know, like that, and you can build a business. If you have customers, you have a business. And if you have, you know, 20 customers, or you're heading towards 20 customers, you are winning. You are profitable. And that is what's so powerful about this idea of having a customer base. And then, like Carmela said, and they told us, and I was skeptical too, those elopreneurs really will come. And they do.
They really do.
Because people have profound experiences with this product, and they want to jump. They got to share it. They're feeling compelled to share it like we are.
Mm-hmm. Some wonderful things going on in the chat, and we want to answer those questions right now. Your story is important. You're thinking, I don't really have a story. Drink the coffee. How do you feel? What's happening because of it? Are you moving around more? Are you more excited to be around people? What really has happened? Just the truth is enough, right? The other thing I want to mention is the convention and then the culture. The convention is coming up. I'll say this from my perspective, now that you know me better than most people in my life. If you can go, because you need to be filled up. You're giving all day long. People messaging you, your team is calling you, or you're just starting out and you're not sure what. Go. Get filled up. Be first in on the new, whatever new is happening. We don't know. We're excited. Right, and from your perspective, convention?
Well, here's what I love about this company. Nobody's going to say you got to go. If you don't, you can't build a business, because you can build a business.
That's right.
And so, if you have a big goal, it's highly recommended you go to convention, because that is where you're going to get those things that really will help you take your business to the next level. You know, we want to go. I mean, we went to our first one a year ago because we wanted to see our family. I mean, you know,
that's true.
It's like Chris said, it's all about the relationships. And so we got to see people that we've been friends with, you know, had been friends with for months on coffee chat, but had never really met them in person. And so, you know, it's like meeting your best friend for the first time, but you've been best friends for a month or two. You know, it's crazy.
I mean, think about it. You're building a business. You're building a business with these people. So we can't wait to see you, because we're building a business together. And the cool thing is, if you implement the system right out of the gate, not only will you move quickly and smoothly, but now you're on the same page with a lot of very successful leaders. That's exciting, right? And then you bring people in and they duplicate what you're doing. If you ever feel like you want to do something that's a little bit different than what we've talked about, run it by your sponsor. I do. We do.
Absolutely.
Still. I mean, we're still in touch. It isn't 4 to 6 weeks and they go away. I mean, we're building a legacy business. We're building for PJ, for sure. You know, so that he will have this business well into the future.
So the convention, the last thing I'll say is, there's, you know, you said the leaders, and, you know, I've been to conventions where all the leaders were packed up front and roped off, and security so that you couldn't approach them. And, you know, you'd say, oh, someday I want to be up there. You won't find that with our family. It's
so much fun.
We just love on people. You know, we'll hang out with Ricky and Chris, and they'll be in the back of the room, the front of the room, and on either side.
Everywhere, by the coffee table.
Everybody's approachable, and so, you know, again, it's family. It's not. There's no, very little pretension, if at all. I haven't found any. One of the things we talk about in this, and getting started, is we're looking to create thousandaires. $1,000 a month would change most people's lives very significantly. And the idea of that coming in month after month, what does that do? What could you do with an extra $1,000? You know, there's a lot of potential to create huge, massive incomes in this. But we start out, hey, can you get 20 customers?
Right. Step by
Can you
step.
make an extra $500 a month? Does that change your life? Yes. All right. $1,000. Does it change? Yes, absolutely. And so it's just very important to understand that, you know, we want to meet people where they are. And the get started, you know, thing is so important. And it's important for Carmela and I mean, you know, here's a new year. What do we do? What do we spend last night doing? Bringing in customers, because that is the, what do we call it? The meat and potatoes, the bloodline, you know.
Yes.
So we never stop doing that. And so we're still always asking people, hey, do you drink coffee? Have you heard of that?
Right up to midnight last night.
You know, we're across the street from a major mall. We're, you know, sitting there looking at each other going, oh, how come the business isn't growing? Because we're not over at the mall talking to people about coffee.
People are excited to talk about coffee. And money, by the way, I'm definitely on a mission to help people get comfortable talking about money and making money. We want all of you on this call to make a lot of money, because we know that you will steward it well. And you have lots of things to do. Lots of you have big goals, not just to make it and do what with it. You have goals to do something with it. So we pray for you that you have great success so that you can do all those things that you want to do with it. It's a great tool to do amazing things with. Our tithing has gone up. Our debt has gone down. It's nice to be able to go out and just buy whatever we need for PJ or whatever he wants, and just the joy on his face. It's a wonderful feeling. I have one more piece, and Peter, will you want to talk about this? Will you just look back and make sure that we haven't missed someone's important question? So culture, that's a word thrown around, and I prayed on this years ago that I would be a kind of person that would have those defining moments. And I never had until the coffee business. And I don't know if there's some correlation to the product and nootropics in my brain or what, but the word culture, oh, we have a great culture, great culture. We actually have a culture here, and it is steeped in love and taking care of each other, supporting each other, celebrating each other, trusting each other. If you're not trusting for some reason, you have to check you. I have to check me. There's something going on in me, not my sponsor. I know that she has my best interests in mind. I know that we have 3 people in our life that inspire us, actually 5, counting Ricky and Chris, along with Melissa and Enrique, whom I love dearly, and Melissa. You hear us talk about her a lot because it's been very powerful how she's impacted our life. I'm probably old enough to be her mom, or at least you're old enough to be her dad, and we take her advice. Why? Because I don't think about age. It's about knowledge. She has knowledge that I don't. She has success that I don't. She'll have a perspective that I don't. That's a part of our culture. And Judy Willitson, who is truly all about love, that's who I aspire to be. I just want to be like her, just loving on people, drinking coffee, having fun. I'm a blue if you've ever taken the color test. I'm sure you gathered that by now. That means that I talk a lot, but I also like to just have fun. But that means loving on someone, meeting them where they are, but also stretching them to their goal. We had an experience with 2 teammates last night that let us do that. Love on them enough to help them stretch their goal, and work at 10 o'clock at night trying to finally do some follow-up with customers and help them hit rank. And guess what? They were so surprised that they ran for not only rank, they ran to help customers get their order in. So what's so good about that is now we have someone, a customer, who is actually going to have an experience, and it could be life-changing. It could just be minuscule, right? That she has enough energy to get through her day. God bless her. Or patience with her kids. So every person you touch, run fast, people. Lots of people need us, right? Run fast, do it with love, have fun. You all can really have fun. And if you don't have a system, today you do, right? You're welcome to message me. I'll be happy to type it out for you if you really want, but I'm sure your sponsor has the steps or the script as well.
And just real quickly, we all have the same system. There are variations, and so, you know, again, it's very important for you to check with your sponsor on the exact things that you're doing. So because you'll hear things here and you go, oh, that's a great idea, and you'll email Carmela or message her, but you know what, the person you need to be reaching out to is your sponsor, because we all have, those people are our lifelines. I mean, they have a vested interest in our success. And so we will hear wonderful things from, people that are not in our lines of sponsorship, but you just always want to check with your particular sponsor. There's a question. Somebody wanted you to repeat the invite to the group.
Oh, number 4?
I think so.
Well, 2 things I'm going to repeat. Oh, ask if you drink coffee. Here we go. I'll do it real quick for you. Here it is. Here are your tips. Ask if you drink coffee. Have you heard of the happy coffee everyone is talking about? What is it? It's a nootropics infused, delicious coffee that elevates the body's happy hormones naturally. It has helped me, ... your story. Number 4, I will invite you now to our private customer page. Once you accept the invite, I can tag you in some information so you know it's in the coffee. Can't wait for you to see what our happy customers are sharing. And then that leads you into, aren't the testimonials amazing? What resonates with you? And now you're on your way to helping her find her reason for buying some coffee. So it isn't just about selling, even though we are. You have a product, it's up for sale, you own your own business. You're helping her or him, sorry guys, get to where they need to be with this product. And then stay with them, because there may be a little tweaking. Maybe they need half, maybe they need more. Maybe they're like us and we're on our 2nd round and it's nitro. Any other questions we can answer?
And just to clarify, they told us to do this and we did it, and the success just happened. All right. And what we've experienced with our team, which we have an amazing, amazing team. We have wonderful
awesome
leaders, people who are, paying off mortgages, cars, vacations. These are people that we shared coffee with, and it is life changing. And it doesn't get a whole lot more gratifying than that to help somebody fulfill their dream. But it all starts out with that cup of coffee and then sharing it, like Carmela said. And then if we did that, and the results have been amazing, phenomenal. And it's been amazing and phenomenal for the people on our team who will just follow this simple, and just keep doing it and get those samples out, get them into people's hands so they can try this amazing product. And that, make sure you have enough samples. That was one thing that, was so important when we began. They said, get a lot of samples. We went, okay, yeah, we'll do, and
well, we didn't really rumble. We're just like, well, what can we get now? Because financially, we were a little strapped.
We were, but
the fact boy, am I being transparent? Wow, you opened the cage.
So
someone wanted to know. I'm sorry, you were going to.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's just it. It's just, and it's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It's simple, very, very simple. It's not easy because people will say, no, thanks, or I didn't feel anything, those kinds of things, and those are. Yeah. Okay. Next.
Put them in the community page.
Yep. And
let them marinate.
Yeah. And that works, because I've had people say, nah, or it made me feel jittery. And then they marinate in the customer page for 6 months, and all of a sudden they're back. I got to try it again. I've seen too much. I need to do something. And they become.
The pages are powerful. Lana from Canada, definitely get with your sponsor. You should definitely have 2 different links. One for your back office, that's for your business, and the other is just for your customers. And what I love about that, this company is so smart. When you send your customer link, like you say, you send it to me, all I see is customer stuff. There's nothing about join now, get in, have to
order now. Yeah,
order now. You had to fit that in for sure. I think we've handled everybody else's questions. And oh my gosh, look at all these beautiful comments. Oh my gosh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. You're a wonderful man. And I'm not just trying to butter you up. Thanks for sharing your story. We were really, we told some things today we didn't plan on sharing, but it's family.
It's family. Yep.
Now you're kind of stuck with us, love us or not. No, we're all about love. And it's February 1st. Happy February. Start off to a new month. And we hope that this teaching has helped you glean some information that fires you up and gets you out there having some fun with this amazing company. You picked the right company. That is fantastic. Look, people are even buying company stock on the chat. They're talking about the company stock. Good for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yes, for sure.
We bought
Me
some right
too.
away, and yeah,
Mhm.
it's yeah. I mean, we're a family. It's close knit. We can, I mean, I have friends here that they're lifelong friends, and so what
Aw.
price is that? I just want to say that we are blessed to be here. We're all in the right place. Stick with your community. In that, stick with the family, stick with the fire. We talk about sticking with the fire. Get on your team coffee chats, get on your team threads, participate, and then get to the regionals are coming up, the convention, and again, it's people sharing stories, people sharing their hearts, and that is what sticks. That is what works. And we have something amazing to get out there to share with people, and it does change lives. And that's, I've heard that word thrown around for my whole life in this industry, and this is really, really happening here. Lives are being changed either financially or health-wise, and we are blessed.
We are blessed. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Happy February. And thanks so much for being on the call. I really admire you. Good luck. Actually, just blessings. You're not going to need luck. Have some fun and go have some fun. Ready?
Thank you.
Cheers. Have an awesome day.
Cheers.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Bless you guys. Love you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
you,
you.
guys.
Thank you.
Love you guys so much.
Happy weekend.
Thank you.
I love this part.
Mhm.
Thank you all so much. Oh my gosh, how amazing. What a wonderful bunch of people.
Yep, we are blessed.
Thank
Love
you.
you guys.
Thank you. Thank you for letting us share.
Love you guys. Thanks.
Amazing job, guys.
Thank you, sweet sister.
Thank you. You guys are amazing.
Thank you. Thank you. You're awesome.
Thank you. Glad you got something out today.
Thank you, Carmela and Peter.
You're welcome, Cindy. Thank you for being
Thanks,
here.
Cindy.
This is awesome.
That was
As I knew it would be.
Have an awesome Saturday.
you too,
You do
Rebecca.
the same.
Thank you, Camilla and Peter. Thank you.
Hey, Andy. Thank you so much for being here. Do you have to do anything, or is this? Yes.
Thank you guys.
Let me see.
Did you enjoy it? Thank you for being here.
And I love
It
your
was
hair, by the
awesome.
way. Totally off subject, but I do.
Mine or Peter's, because he's got good hair going on today.
Need a haircut.
Thanks, Whitney. See you at convention.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Glad you're having fun going to business.
Yep. Happy February.
Happy February. You just go here. Is it recording?
Chris is recording. And so I'm gonna end the meeting.
Ciao, ciao.